Hi everyone, it's Daniela and welcome back to my channel. I have for you finally the completed 6.5 by 6.5 at the cover, pages 6 by 6 mini album tutorial finished. Hooray! Oh my goodness, everything went sideways as you all know, and I'm just so grateful I got it done for you. I know so many of you have been really looking forward to it, and I'm glad that I'm finally able to deliver. Um, so yeah, we'll get right to it. Trying to have the videos be in order, but I'm setting them to be that way, but YouTube might not do it that way. But I didn't number them, but it starts with making the covers, making the binding, making the pages, doing the inside covers, adding the pages into the binding, and then now this is the final flip through so that you can see it. I always like to do this first, and then that lets you see if it's something you'd be interested in making. If you any, I really want you to all tell me what you think. Do you like that it's very long and I put a lot into my videos, so um, do you like them long and over several videos? Do you want to see more book tutorials? What kind of book tutorials would you like to see? Um, I want to know what you think because I want to make sure that I'm giving you the content that you want. And I love doing tutorials, but when you do one of my tutorials, it's like you're taking a class. Like I'm all in. So anyway, I teach you how I make a 6 by 6 mini album. Remember, as I always say, this is how I make it. If you know someone else who does it different and you like that better, please go. This is just what I do, and if it helps you, I'm thrilled. Everything I'm showing you, you can modify to your own likes. Obviously, you're not going to probably use Christmas paper, but I mean, Christmas is still going to come around again, and this book was started before Christmas. It was supposed to be done before Christmas, but um, I wasn't going to change it. So you pick whatever you want to use, materials, ideas, whatever. This is just to show you what I do, and I hope that's awesome for you. So like I said, it's 6.5 by 6.5 at the cover. It has a 3-inch spine. I used all of my paper, all of my paper. Let me just finish by showing you the back. Here you can see, for 1 second, let me just show you. This is all I have left from a 40-piece paper pad, a 6 by 6 pad, and that's it. And if I could have used it, I would have. I had the 40 paper pad, and there was a pad of some cards, and I used all them too. So I show you how I wrap my cereal box cover with craft cardstock. Then the next layer was matte mirror cardstock. Then the next layer is glitter cardstock. And the top layer this is not cardstock, it's paper. So there are 3 layers of cardstock and then paper. Yes, I do use the cereal box cover. By the time you add as much paper as I've added to this, it's as thick as chipboard. And and the thing that I like about it is that it'll stay as one piece because it's already one piece. And I show you all of that in the tutorial. So the cover I put a piece of paper going down and across and the bow on top to make it look like a present. And I added some of the tags and die cuts that the paper came with, little ornaments and a tag and these pretty gold pieces and the string from the tag, and a pretty red piece and some gold flowers and red flowers and Christmas lilies and gold bow. It's like a matte gold with metallic gold in it. And that's the outside. Let's go inside. I love looking inside when you see the beautiful cascade of the inserts. You know, I'm a big fan of the punch. I show this in the video too. I used this punch by Martha Stewart. I've had it like a billion trillion years. I think it's gold doily, but you can find any punch and punch a pretty border on your inserts. So on the inside cover over here, I have a card that opens with a bow, and I show you what I did with this in the tutorial. Open it up, and I have these two pretty ribbons holding it together, and this really pretty. I want to make you closer, but I don't want you to get out of frame. I'm going to have to do is keep moving it over. Isn't this bird so cute? Little flower and bows, and you open it and there's nothing inside, but there's so that's plenty of room for journaling or pictures or whatever you want to put there. And this can tuck under here, or you can put something over it, whatever. So I'll tie that up later. In between all of the hinges is the gusset. It's all explained in the video, and I put pattern paper pieces on that. So each of the pages is 6 1/8 by 6 1/8. And the reason for that is there's so much cutting with the flips and flaps and things that I wanted to at least make you not have to cut every single page to fit a perfect 6 by 6 page. So I made it 1/8 of an inch bigger, and that gives you a 1/16 of an inch border, so that you can see, if I hold this up, I hope you could see that little bit of craft paper bordering the whole page. If you like 1/8 of an inch border, then you cut 1/4 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch, you'll have 1/8 of an inch border. If you like 1/4 of an inch, then you do 1/2 of an inch on one side. Whenever you cut your base page, you can only cut one side 1/8 or whatever 1/8. So it's 6 1/8 by 6 1/8. You don't keep cutting, just two sides. And then you get a 1/16 of an inch border. So here in the middle is the first flip flap that everyone seemed to love so much. This guy opens up and over, and I had to use matte mirror cardstock here, and you have all this space here. The measurements are all with the tutorial, and then we flip him open this way, and matte mirror cardstock. This is a 6 by 6, just a whole 6 by 6 paper, and you can put something underneath that cute bird. And you can also open this double open and double open. Inside there's an insert in each of the pocket pages, and they measure 6 1/4 by 5 3/4. You'll learn that when you attach the page to the hinge, you end up using, what was it, 3/8 of an inch, and I don't know, I can't get into too crazy math, but it ends up being about 6 1/4, and that's if you want a nice punched edge to stick out. If you don't have a punch, you could just make this plain, just regular, and then use scraps like this or something across so that you could see them as they cascade out. So I used one piece of paper, it's blank on the back, and goes right back in here. I made it 5 3/4 this way, so it's easy to slip in and out. You don't want it too tight. And that is page 1. Over here, we have page 2. And page 2 has 2 doors, as you see. And I punched 2 separate pockets on the doors. And pockets have pretty tags. That one's this one's got a little bird. And seam binding, bow closure, as you saw on the first page. That's all magnets. And then in here, when you open the doors, I put more die cuts and flowers, and I put a tuck spot here with this tree, and it's got a tag that says love. And then this is like a trifold, and I put a die cut and wrapped it in seam binding. And they both fit really nicely right here. I won't tie this up right now. I'll just leave it like that and move over to this page. That's page 1, page 2. This is page 3. Page 3 is a nice and easy page as well. These 2 tags, or even just one of them, is what holds that flap closed. And I like all of my pages to match, so as you saw inside here, if you can, let me open this side. This paper with the trees is the same as this one. This candy cane is the same as what's inside here. So I try to keep everybody. I'm really feeling like I'm struggling. I hope coming out a little. So that flips up, and we have our reindeer paper, and I punched the border, and this is a pocket, and I put a little gold flower. Like I said, this is the same as that paper, and this stays flat and closed without a magnet or anything because these tags keep it shut. Here's the insert here. Nice 6 1/4 by 5 3/4. Fits right back in. Now we go to page 4. Page 4 and 5 are the same. Trying to fit them both in. I like this little tag. They're both the same. I just have them facing the same way. I'm just going to move this guy over so we can try to see as much of this as we can. So all these measurements, like I said, are in the tutorial, but this opens out and out, and this is glitter card stock, and I put a little piece of the paper and 2 die cuts. This is the back paper that is 6 by 6. These are held down by magnets. This flap says Merry Christmas, and you flip it down, and then you see the Christmas trees, and then this guy flips down another time. I put a little star there, and although I can't get it all in from top to bottom, it's like 12 1/4 inches of space for many, many pictures. Let's close this all back up. Magnets, magnets, magnets. And then just put a cute little flower here and here. You always want to make sure that you're not, like I didn't want them both here. They would be too bulky. So you try to stagger. And this side is exactly the same. I just have the flaps in different order. And it has candles and die cuts and matte paper. Oh, nope. And the bottom is exactly the same, so I'm not gonna open it up again and insert the pretty paper. Love it. Right back in, and page 6 right here. It's not a waterfall, it's just a bunch of flaps. Try to make sure I move it so we can get it all. First we'll go like this. This is the magnetic closure, little flower, and it's also decorated underneath with the stripy paper and a little gift. And then a die cut and a bow, punched edges, and we have 3 flips. 1, 2. This one says Merry Christmas, and it's another strip. I was running out of paper. And this guy here, he's open at the bottom, so you could tuck something. And this is the whole up to 25 whole page. And the stripiness matches this, and the numbers are, I don't know, this is the same as saying that they match. So that's that guy, and like I said, all the measurements are in the tutorial. And here's page 7. Page 7 is a belly band, and in the belly band I have 2 cards, and I added some die cuts and stuff. You can say handmade by on the back. Slip these guys back in here. And here's pretty gold flower, and this is just a tiny flap for fun. It says Noel, and insert snowflakes. Flip. Last page, page 8. We have reindeer paper and gold glitter stuff with a red flower. Punch. It opens this way. You have all of this. I have a side pocket over here, different paper, some die cuts, and you have all that space for photos. Another one of the trifolds with a die cut on it. Slipped it in there. And this Merry Christmas card with a cute bird. He is just so cute. And magnetic closure. Here is the last thing. Now, I hope that everything I showed, I tried to make sure that it was things that you had told me in other videos you thought was really cool, or things I thought you wanted to learn, and I tried to stick all that in here for you. If there's other things you want to see or stuff, just let me know. But this is the pull down waterfall, and I will show you. It's so easy that you'll be surprised. If you don't know how to do it, you'll be thinking, what? That's it? Because it's not a hard thing. I even say it in the tutorial. One of my favorite things is showing people how things that look really hard aren't. Like the twist and pop card, when I showed that you really just have to put glue in the triangles and that's it, So I show you how to make this, and that's it. So here it is. That's the book, my 6x6 mini album tutorial with a 6.5 by 6.5 inch cover. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it is what you were wanting. And please, I really need to know if you like the format, how I did it. Let me know. And also let me know if you want to see more tutorials like this. The bottom of this cereal box left like a 5.5 by 7.5 piece with a 3-inch spine, and I was like, that would be a cool book to make. So I think I want to do that next. But my favorite books to make are like 9.5 by 6.5. I love that size because then you can cut your 12 by 12 in half and use it on multiple pages. Like 8.5 by 8.5 or 8 by 8, you just ruin the whole piece of paper. You don't have much left. So anyway, that's all I've got, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I thank you all so much for watching. So I will see you all in the next video. I can't wait to hear what you think, and please remember to stay awesome, everyone. Thanks so much again. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.